If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it.
Are you looking for Rebel Clash codes? They are already available on Poton Store, as you can see, and you can use Tablemon code for 5% off, or for any purchase of all the other code cards they have.
For the European players, Millibots Gaming has everything you need from collectibles to all the new Pokemon Sword and Shield cards, and Rebel Clash is now in stock. Make sure you use Tablemon code for 5% off your final purchase.
Hello everyone and welcome to our first ever Celebrity Showdown. I am being joined here today by Trainer Chip, the Trainer Chip, who I constantly am reminded that is in cahoots with someone, or I don't know what's the the running joke with that, but how are you doing, Chip? Thanks so much for joining me today.
Hey Pablo, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me. Excited to play some games, man.
Yeah, so how have you been feeling the past few months? How's your Players Cup grind going? Are you excited for the tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, it's been going fine. You know, I'm not a huge fan of like the whole structure. I recognize it's not like super fair that not everyone gets to participate that would like to, but you know, I kind of burned through my tickets pretty quickly, I guess, and I haven't been playing in any tournaments really the past week or so, at least. But at the time, I was like in the top 10 whenever I was still playing. I think I'm still top, like on the first page of the leaderboards at least. I'm definitely doing fine as far as qualifying and stuff goes.
Yeah, it should be fine for sure.
Yeah. How's it? How about you? What have you had going as far as qualifying and stuff?
Well, I mean, I had over 300 tickets, and I almost have 300 tickets still. Like the fact that it's random what gets added or not to the leaderboard was pretty discouraging. Like at first, I wanted to try and go for first place in LATAM, but then with the randomness, I was like, okay, this is probably not worth it. I'm just gonna go ahead and played like chill and play the bare minimum, right? No need to overspend tickets, and just make sure I'm not 257th, right? If I'm 256th or first, there's no difference, right? So I was just happy with that, and it has been frustrating, as you say. Like the system is definitely not the absolute best, but I also think that like the whole COVID world is something that's very brand new, right? Like who would have seen this coming? So it's something they're trying to do. It's something unexpected, and it is improvised, but at least they're doing something, right? So
yeah, I'm certainly happy to see them like they've had PTCGO for forever, and it's never been utilized for anything like this. So I'm glad to see that they are utilizing it. But I think like this first experience with it has like definitely brought up a lot of like problems that they maybe never would have realized before, right? Like obviously the leaderboard issues, things not getting updated as they should. Oh, come on.
says the guy with the crushing hammer.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure. But yeah, I'm glad to see that something is happening at minimum.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's brought up definitely like problems, and I hope that all I can say is like I hope that they are taking note, right, and realizing the issues, and you know, if we do get something moving forward, hopefully they've heard the community, you know, and recognize that people don't love this.
Yeah,
you know,
and are passionate about it too, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's definitely been a ton of people participating and playing and stuff like that. Like people want to do this.
Yeah,
and you know, haven't given us the best reason to super commit. You know.
Oh, sneaky Mr.
It's kind of hard. I don't know. I feel like I've had a hard time with like motivation and stuff of like there's really it feels like there's nothing to be playing PTCGO for at the moment, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So
Yeah.
I think that's a thing as well.
Yeah, no, I get it, and it's been the same for me, right? Like I think, like I do this full time, and my main, I feel like Tablemon was comprised of 3 parts. One of it was competing, right? The other one was traveling, and the other one was like coaching and getting other players like up to speed and ready to compete at the highest level of events, right? And then all of a sudden, like within the span of a month, everything went away, right? Like literally all 3 of the main reasons why I do this and pursue this just completely went away. So that has been definitely something that I've had to learn to cope with in this quarantine. But like you said, like I'm hopeful that they're listening. I think the Players Cup Invitational was so well produced.
The graphics and stuff that they had.
Yeah, like the whole show
so
was fantastic, right? So I don't see why that can't be the norm going forward, right? So hopefully they're looking at it. Hopefully something good comes out of the whole COVID situation, right?
For sure.
All right, so your Dragapult is dead, thankfully.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Let me just think this through. I should establish another one. Okay. And then, like, I feel like the regional tournaments will be pretty tough. And I'm hoping they will. Like for the Players Cup, they ended up running. They ended up running the whole thing where even though it was best of 3, they wouldn't allow you to, or they wouldn't allow your opponent to. Like they wouldn't allow the loser to decide who goes first or second, which was pretty surprising to me. Hopefully that changes for the regional tournaments.
Used, like the in game, like you. Had
exactly. The coin flip result was. Undebatable.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do something with like a best of 3 setting in PTCGO. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't hold my breath too much for that, but
yeah. I feel like if they're gonna do some like grand programming scheme, they're gonna have to dedicate a lot of their old budget of organized play onto PTCGO, right? PTCGO feels like
that's something they really want to do.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, Magic is already like doing a bunch of impressive online stuff, and Hearthstone has always been that. So maybe this is the perfect opportunity for Pokemon to finally catch up.
You get good cards off the stamp.
Maybe.
Have another.
Thank you.
Oh no! Dang it.
Wow, no, they were actually bad, and now these are worse.
Perfect. All is going according to plan. So I have a scoop up net in my hand. It's my last one before I did Deme. Is it better to?
I'd like to note I've played one supporter this game.
Yeah.
I would appreciate a Marnie. Like a friendship Marnie would be a nice thing to happen right now.
After my double stamp, I think I'll let you hang on to that.
And so what else have you been doing, Chip, like during quarantine, other than Pokemon? Other hobbies do you have?
I've been streaming a bunch more for Pokemon, but other than Pokemon, I mean, there's really not much, right? Like, you can't, there's just not much to be doing, you know? Alright, I missed an energy, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I don't know if I can win now.
Oof, the top decks.
Oop, got there.
Yeah.
I'm stamping the double board.
Yeah, stamping the double board.
Yeah, I think that's probably GG. Let's see what happens. 3 boards.
3 boards. You didn't see the Tord special?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize he played 3 board. Actually, not gonna lie.
Yeah, 3 board. No switches at all.
Yeah.
So this is
I
based off
definitely
of
just
that.
lose because I can't clear the Strachey out of play.
Yeah.
I can't knock this out. Ever, right? Yeah. I don't think I can do anything. There's the energy I was missing. All right. Yeah, I think you got this one.
All right.
I'll go second.
You'll go second. Okay.
I will go second.
Wow, that is very surprising to me. How come?
Oh, well, hopefully you'll see.
Oh, you have a sneaky wait and see hammer there.
No, not quite wait and see hammer.
Yeah.
No, this list. I actually got this list originally from a viewer during the Players' Cup. I started off playing mostly combo Zacian during the Players' Cup, and then I hit a viewer playing a Dragapult list. Oh boy, well. Okay. And he was playing heavy like wait and see hammer shenanigans and like other good I'm going second cards, which kind of was made sense because like here I'm gonna go ahead and
yeah, other than wait and see hammer, I really can't come up with what else you would want to be.
it's the Meowth.
Okay, fair.
Spoil the fun.
Yeah.
Which is it. So like he, it's like in this instance, I really want to go get it because I have Switch in hand, but I also have an energy. But so like the thought process behind going second like this is that like all you want in this deck is to get an attachment to a Dragapult turn 1, right? Like that's the only thing you want.
Yeah.
And honestly, in honestly, like going first, not playing a supporter, that's not the most consistent thing to do. I think Towards list is like with the bikes and stuff like that makes it a little easier to dig for that, but what most conventionalists had looked like, that wasn't like the easiest thing to pull off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so going second, giving you that supporter makes things a bit easier for you, and so that was kind of the thought process behind it all.
Okay, that makes sense.
It lets you, and it also lets you get like an attachment to Dragapult, plus get like some damage in play turn 1.
Yeah, that's fair. I can definitely see that.
And like sometimes like if you're like without like a Malamar line or something like that, sometimes your first guy gets knocked out, and you just need to like chill for a turn. And like all you care about with this deck is like getting damage in play, right? And Meowth does that. Even if you're just getting 10 damage in play, that like can fix your math on the bench later on and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I think I played. So I ended up playing this deck mostly for the Players' Cup, like basically all Dragapults in some variation, and I used Meowth for most of it and chose to go second for most of it. Okay. And I definitely got like good value out of the Meowth through my games. Like it was worthwhile choosing to go second and worthwhile playing Meowth. It felt like.
Okay, that makes sense. Like those are some pretty good arguments, I think, for choosing those again, especially like the showcasing the importance of that turn 1 attachment, right? When you choose to go first to get that turn 1 attachment to hope for the turn to Dragapult, but without a supporter, it's definitely not something that's super easy to pull off.
Especially like if you're playing 3 Dragapult V, right? Like a lot of like most lists are at like this one plays 3, but I think it's better because like my ideal choice is going second, right? But
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think that makes sense, actually. I think that makes sense.
But, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really messed around with, like, the Tord list as much. With the heavy acrobikes and dig and stuff like that, so I don't know how much more consistent. I can't imagine it makes it that much more consistent.
Yeah.
To get the turn 1 attachment, but I can see how it's not bad. By
Yeah, I think realistically to make the turn one attachment more consistent, you just need to play more energy. 11 feels a little
like Cord
greedy.
had like 3 spinner in his list, right?
Two spinner and 9
2
energy.
spinner. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was heavier.
With the switch.
No. We always get there. The question is, I think it is worth to go ahead and stellar ones.
Oh, no more scoop up nets.
Yeah,
that's pretty
I had to
big.
discard one to get the Meowth off too, and I found that a little bit sometimes. Like sometimes I try to pull off the like cute little Meowth play a little too hard, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And put myself in like a situation where I expend too many resources turn one just to try to pull off this cute little play.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Overall, it's like I've definitely, like I said, gotten good value out. Like I couldn't tell you how many Jirachis I've knocked out on turn one with Spoil the Fun. And I also love that that's Meowth's attack name because that's like exactly what it does. Like nobody is having fun after turn one. They get hit with Alola Meowth's Spoil the Fun attack.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Alrighty, so do you like your hand? I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
So what did you play for most of your Players' Cup run?
Between Dragapult and Baby Blounce and Pigrom.
Okay.
I've alternated between those
Baby
three.
Blounce for the Invitational, is that right?
No, I played Pigrom for the Invitational.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been like gravitating around those decks for the most part. Dragapult is like, it's fun placing the damage counters. It's a new like shiny toy to play around with, and Pigrom has always had a special place in my heart because of the huge success I got with it right when it came out. So it's been a little bit of a mix of that. And Baby Blounce, it's a deck I've despised for so long that I was like, okay, if you can't beat them, just join them, right? And I expected, like, I used that in the beginning because I expect the grind for the points to actually be difficult and to be facing like a lot of meta decks and stuff like that. But it, like, there was a series of tournaments where I played, like, over the course of the 6 rounds between both tournaments, I played against 4 Rowlet, Alolan, and Executor Rillaboom decks, and I played against Sackless Ash playing Dustox Cryogonal. So I was like, what is going on here? Like,
it doesn't seem like the best Players' Cup deck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it didn't really compute what was happening there. So I was like, okay, I guess we're not being that serious about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play whatever I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, so like with this, you're gonna have some percentage of players that don't even like. Well, I think Celio's Network brought up a good point in like a video he made about the Players' Cup, where it's like you log into the client and there's nothing that you could see that would tell you that there was anything happening.
Yeah, true.
So like I would say there's a relatively reasonable percentage of people that didn't even know that this was a thing. That are playing in tournaments and stuff, which is, you know, a little unfortunate.
Yeah, it is a little unfortunate.
Here, 190. I don't think ever matters. I think I just take this. Make it stamped to 1. If I do that though, you're down 1 stamp. Probably could use the prize and hope I don't get stamped. If I do get stamped, I still have Jirachi, so. And also taking out Zigzagoon means you can't just like scoop on that ping my active.
Yeah.
You have 1 net left.
Yeah, I definitely messed that up. I got greedy with the Jirachi. I panicked because my hand was so bad that I figured one prize would be good.
Jirachi as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's set up nicely to be able to go, since I put the Dene in play, to be able to go KO Dragapult, KO Dedenne, ignore my other VMAX, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I could still just lose, though. I think I went into it. Okay. It's going to be safe. We go like this. Nice, that's pretty good.
No.
Crushing hammer, everyone's favorite. What do you think of the hammer meta and all that?
Definitely not a big fan. Definitely not a big fan of the hammer meta. It feels like a single flip at a random point in the game can just completely flip any sort of advantage you might have had before. So it doesn't feel fair at all. No shrine.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got that one of shrine. Oh yeah, I saw that game one.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't win though, I don't think. Oh, yeah, buzz orders, he just went right.
Yeah, I've got one down. Alright. You're gonna make me work for it, huh?
Of course.
Let's see. This.
Trying away.
Well, you might have bought yourself a turn.
That's all I need.
Let me switch. 3 switch still. Can't draw switch plus boss.
Yeah, I messed up the math so badly. They panicked. You can't. Oh, nice. Wow, you have all the texts.
Yeah. Wobbuffet's actually been like pretty good for me. I know a lot of people don't really like it in the deck, but it's been pretty good for me, honestly.
And if you've been choosing to go second against UPR-on, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, because nobody digs hard for the turn 1 using
when going first.
Using Coco. Oh, and also the Meowth is so good against UPR-on because it sets up such, like, if you hit Bolton for 70, if they start Bolton, that's 130 away from being knocked out turn 2. Like, the math is so good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yes, come on.
Let's see what you got.
Come on. I don't have it yet, but my odds are now better because the bottom 4 cards are definitely not shrine.
Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay.
Alright.
So you just need the shrine. Pretty good odds to have seen it between this turn and last turn.
Oh my god, I didn't get it. No way. And now I'm sure you have the boss orders. Oh, 1 shrine is priced. Well, that sucks. Stupid power plant. That's the earthquake alarm. I need to leave my apartment right now. Sorry, I'll call you back. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about, you're watching the video so you won't notice, but there was an earthquake right in the middle of our hank with Trainer Chip here in Mexico, not where he lives, and so I had to get to safety, obviously. But we're back, everything seems okay, I'm safe. Thank you, Chip, for being patient.
Oh, dude, no problem, guys. Pablo's committed to the content. There was an earthquake like 20 minutes ago, and he's like, all right, get me back in. We're ready to play again.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. No,
well, I'm glad you're okay, man. That's
thank you.
Definitely scary.
Definitely scary, yeah. And it's all because of that earthquake a few years ago, recently that...
So do you want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty rough stuff, but thankfully everyone around me seems to be safe. My family's safe, I'm safe, so it should be good. Funny thing, like, because I live in a 5th floor apartment, I have to go to the top of the building rather than try and go downstairs, because going down so many floors in such a small amount of time could be dangerous, right? So my dog, right? Obviously, I took my dog with me, but she refuses to go up the stairs. So I had to and in the panic I walked the first floor, but she remained right outside my apartment, and I was like, no, come on. So I had to go back and then carry her all the way up. I don't know why she's so stubborn with stairs.
She does not like the stairs.
Yeah. Right, so that was not a very nice friendship.
I think all 3 games I've hit turn 1 hammerhead.
Turn 1 hammerhead. Yep. Pretty sure as well.
Fun. Yep. I think you have, Chip. Okay, well, do you like your Jirachi?
I am fond of it, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Jeez,
that's too bad.
Maybe I should have let you go first. Knowing more information on your list, maybe I should have let you go first. All right.
Okay.
How have you liked Marnie's in your Dragapult list as opposed to Cynthia's?
Well, I mean, for example, I definitely think Marnie's superior because my hand was research, energy, and 2 scoop up nets. So, in the end, Cynthia gives you an extra card, sure, but it also takes away. If you're putting resources back into the deck, then you're not getting the most mileage out of it, right? Whereas Marnie's guaranteed 5 fresh cards. So I think in order to really shore up the Blood Supplement matchup, it's pretty good to have.
Sure.
Being able to constantly attack their hand, I think is a pretty big factor.
For sure.
Oof,
I actually don't want a VMAX here. There's no real reason to. I get 10 more damage. You're not knocking me out.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm getting wrecked over here. Alright. My hand is so bad, I have to do this yet again.
Yikes.
Yeah. Come on, prize, save me, please. Please.
Alright, let me think. I could feasibly... not super feasibly. I just need 3 nets. I've got 2 in hand. I am down 1, though.
Yeah.
Well, I pressed Zigzagoon anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I feel 0 pity for you, Chip. I feel absolutely 0
can't
pity.
say I blame you.
Turn 1 KO. Constant flux of supporters. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
It's all about going second.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not hitting into a horror energy. In this instance, though, it feels like maybe I should have just VMAXed and attacked as opposed to trying to get the extra damage from Jet Assault here. What's the potential? You just need... Well, you need Zigzagoon double net. You haven't done much, though.
Is it 10 damage worth the risk?
Yeah, probably not, right?
Like, it doesn't.
I don't think the 10 damage
difference.
helps my math in any way at all at this point.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Because I'm at exactly 5 damage counters away, so. So you've been preferring Cynthia?
Yeah. I right now I play a 3 Cynthia, 1 Marnie split. I've been playing mostly 4 Cynthia. I like having the Marnie as like a Mewtwo, searchable like disruption option. Okay. But like I have 1 Marnie 2 stamp, and that's been pretty good. I've been pretty solid against Blounds, I would say overall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I hate to say it, Pablo, but this one's not looking the best for you, pal.
I kind of got that when you flipped that heads. I kind of got that, yeah.
And I hate Crushing Hammer too, but like, I mean, it's kind of annoying how you like it like makes its worth known a lot of the time, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when a game comes down to like a heads tails flip like that, but
I mean, I don't think this one came down to that. Probably more.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Yeah, this one you just kind of drew.
Yeah.
Pretty poorly, but
pretty poorly indeed. Pretty poorly is being nice, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's the game we play, right?
That's the game we play indeed. That's the game we are pros at.
Well, speak for yourself there, bud.
Well,
Supporter Energy's 2 pretty good cards to draw off Stamp to 2.
Oh, I'm super dead. That's why you got Supporter Energy?
Oh, and top decked a different supporter. Nice, so I don't have to Marnie you.
I'm just flexing.
Did discard my Mewtwo. How did you get discarded, bud?
Chip?
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to do some maths on the run, which I think that's fine.
Alright. I need a good top deck here, please.
Let's see it.
No.
Not it.
Well, it's decent.
Okay. That does get you the knockouts.
The issue is I have Marnie and Reset Stamp. Now I'm wishing this was a silly Cynthia.
Yeah, right.
Oof. Alright, so on to this.
Oh, I should have zigzagooned. I had it.
Okay, maybe not all hope is lost. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I'm still fine because I think I can just go boss your VMAX and hit it for 130, and you can't.
Oh, you have boss?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure you can't do anything about that. But if I had played the Zigzagoon, I would have just had game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that for sure. Not when you attach that extra energy.
Yeah. Now that I think attaching that extra energy is definitely good knowing you play Tina.
Yeah, for sure.
GG's, man. Sorry about the last one and no fun.
It's okay. No worries. I had a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I like about this deck too. It's like I feel like it's the best deck in Standard that you can make comebacks and like punish your opponent's like mistakes, or like if they get ahead early, like it's still just definitely not over, you know.
Yeah.
320 is a ton of HP, and then like the damage spread just makes for a lot of skillful plays and interactions and stuff.
Yeah, like a clutch bosses orders plus reset stamp can definitely deny resources. Yeah, I definitely like this deck because of how it opens up. It gives you so many possibilities, right?
Yeah.
And
well, it seems kind of like the game is going towards, like with the VMAXs and stuff, high HP 2-hit KOs as opposed to like high HP 1-hit KOs, which is what it's felt like with tag teams and stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Since Team Up, what do you think of that? Do you like the high HP, like the stage 1 2-hit KOs?
I definitely do. I feel like it opens up a lot more possibilities to do different things, right? Rather than being put in a scenario where if you can't immediately respond to the one KO that your opponent just took, then you're basically out of the game, right? Which I think is what tag teams felt like for a long time. But now these humongous HPs and the 2-hit KOs definitely feel a lot more balanced, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the VMAX. I'm a big fan of the VMAXs. Too bad, like, relatively right now, it's only Dragapult that's viable, right?
Yeah.
But with the new rotation, Eternatus coming out, like, hopefully we'll get more variety.
Yeah, and even, like, eventually when we move to Sword and Shield on, and there's no, like, tag team options and stuff, I feel like the game will be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I felt like the game was in a good spot Sun and Moon era until tag teams came out, you know? I think tag teams just sped so much stuff up, and it was basically all, like, turbo, high HP, take big knockouts.
Yeah.
And less, like, interaction, it felt like.
Yeah, for sure. It was, especially when Pikarom and Reshizzard were the big dominants. It was like, do I hit Welder? Do I want kill you? Do I hit my Electro Powers? Do I want kill you? Because the HPs weren't up to par to the damage that those cards were dealing, right?
Yeah.
ADP, I felt ADP Keldeo slowed things down a little.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool deck. I mean, it was like, I mean, it was super strong, obviously, and like not. It kind of forced people to like, you know, have outs in their deck to Keldeo and stuff.
Yeah.
So it definitely slowed things down in that aspect, but ADP is just kind of so strong, you know.
It is, yeah, for sure. All right, Chip. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Any shout outs or anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, yeah, absolutely. First off, thank you so much for asking me to come on and be a part of this. You know, been a long time fan of yours, Pablo. And,
thank you. Likewise.
Nice to get to collab and do stuff together. So I appreciate you having me on. Shout outs to you for all you do. Other than that, you guys can. I have a YouTube channel as well where I make Pokemon TCG videos. I've also been streaming a lot on Twitch recently, and you can follow me on Twitter. All of those things are TrainerChip. So twitch.tv/TrainerChip, twitter.com/TrainerChip, and then just search TrainerChip on YouTube and you'll find me.
Easy peasy, and I'll make sure to leave links down below to all your social media handles, Chip.
Sure, thanks, buddy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. These were some enjoyable games and a very enjoyable chat, and I'm sure I'll see you around in the Players' Cup, hopefully in the finals in August.
Yes, hopefully so.
All right. Take care, Chip. Thank you.